Hey everyone, it's Fox from Inferno Fox Gaming. You ever have one of those video games that you just can't get to the end of? Maybe it was too difficult, the game itself wasn't what you thought it was, or maybe you just got bored of the gameplay loop and just lost interest. Today, I'm going to be going through some of the titles where this happened for me, and maybe some of these will surprise you. This video is inspired by similar videos from excellent YouTube content creators, FemTrooper and Tiger Chainsaw. I'll include links to the videos in the description down below, so make sure you check that out after you're done checking out this video. If there's anything as an adult that I've been able to give myself, it's grace for not finishing video games. I personally refuse to become victim of the sunk cost fallacy. Just because I've invested hours into a video game doesn't mean that it should continue to be worthy of my time. As I've gotten older, I've realized that this time is really a premium, and I want to play the video games that capture and hold my interest. And you should too. So with that in mind, let's go over the first entry, and that is I Am Setsuna. This JRPG by Tokyo RPG Factory had so much promise to it. After all, we got a silent protagonist capable of learning dual and triple texts with fellow characters akin to the masterpiece that is Chrono Trigger, along with a story quite similar to what we saw with Final Fantasy X. But what we end up getting was something that just couldn't hold my attention whatsoever. From the drab and samey looking snowy environments to the entirety of the soundtrack being in piano, it's just boring. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy piano as an instrument, but to have the entirety of the soundtrack relegated to a single instrument puts it in a box that it didn't really need to be in. And yeah, I get that the overall thematics of the game being sadness or depression or whatever, but that just wasn't my cup of tea. The next game is Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, and I so wanted to like this game. After all, the action RPG mechanics of it, the story in the beginning, and the voice acting are really quite good. To say nothing of the beautiful Studio Ghibli aesthetic. Story-wise, again, I kind of felt like it fell off the rails pretty quickly, especially when the main characters escaped their kingdom. And the overall silliness and the mechanics of those higgledies, it just didn't really resonate with me. It felt a little too childish, funny to say. This one maybe deserves another view, though honestly, I don't know if I see myself doing that. And make sure to let me know in the comments section below if I should give Ni no Kuni 2 another chance. The next game is this guy right here. And from the graphics, the quality of the voice acting being pretty much exactly from the show, and the fun first battle against Piccolo, man, I was hooked. Then the actual game began, where I had to have Goku perform a fetch quest for apples and various ingredients. Seriously? My guy Goku, who is strong enough to beat Superman himself. And developers CyberConnect 2 got us doing forced side quest BS in the first 5 minutes? That rubbed me the wrong way so much that I immediately stopped playing. Well, at least I got the DVDs and Blu-rays of the anime itself. These games I've talked about highlight just how the games themselves didn't really gel with me personally, or perhaps weren't meant for my sensibilities. And in all fairness, I have to talk about a game that is really darn good. It is really good, but I just could not bring myself to finish. And that is God of War 2018. I've never played the original 3 entries on the PS2, as I felt at the time they released, they were too formulaic with other games that came out around the same time, like Ninja Gaiden and Devil May Cry. Regardless, I heard nothing but good things for God of War 2018 and felt it was worth a try. And to be fair, I spent a few hours in this entry and got through the entirety of the first area, and where Kratos unlocks the secondary or a whole new area itself. At that point, I realized nothing about the gameplay and especially the story was holding my attention, but keep in mind, I got bored with the movie 300. Yep, I turned that off 30 minutes into it because 300 just couldn't hold my attention. But more than that, I suppose there wasn't really anything inherently innovative with the experience. Sure, again, it looked great and it ran well, but the story is just another jaunt into Norse mythology, done in a way where the characters are Game of Thrones edgy, that just feels totally played out, much like Kratos and Atreus themselves. And to that end, one thing I've noticed with video games meant to have deep storytelling is the conflicted father and son relationship. And honestly, at this point, it's nigh tropey. The son has a chip on their shoulder trying to measure up to their father. The father has a difficult time reconciling his emotions to love their son in a way beyond the only accepted emotion for men in society, anger. And this is something I've seen play out time and time and time again, even in some of my own favorite series, like Final Fantasy X with Jecht and Tidus's relationship, or even 12 with Cid and Balthiers. Heck, even the Trails or Kaseki series, Trails of Cold Steel, though this is one that is a major spoiler, I won't reveal. Overall, I just felt like God of War didn't bring anything new to the table that would really catch my attention or really keep it, and I'm just been good tabling that. Maybe I'll return to it someday, but honestly, probably not. I'm going to stick with other stories and other games that have gameplay mechanics that are innovative, that are fun, and will maintain my attention throughout. So to kind of finish this off here, I got a number more of these because I've been playing video games for over 35 years. Yes, I am that old, but I'm going to save them for a future video. The overall theme here is that for one reason or another, all of these games failed to keep or hold my attention. Some of these are for admittedly silly reasons, like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. For others, like God of War 2018, the game just wasn't meant for me, and that's okay. That's all right. The great thing about video games is that we are spoiled for choice, and there's plenty for me to be able to play and enjoy and love, just like it is for you guys as well. But let me ask you guys though, what games have you quit for one reason or another? Sound off in the comments section below, and if you feel a certain way or three about the games I've mentioned, let me know. Would love to start a dialogue. Again, make sure you check out those videos by Tiger Chainsaw and Femtrooper. They were a lot of fun, really great, and it really brought a good view on their various gaming preferences. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.